Hey you guys, I am once again quite excited about this video. I will be tapping, scratching and poking on toasted marshmallow. This is a custom video for Marco. I have a giant smile on my face because Marco has been with my channel since the very beginning. For those of you that have been here from the beginning, you'll know this reference. He's been with me since my female spy video. Really early on, I did like a theme that was female spy. It wasn't a real role play, like I tapped and scratched on things that I thought were in that category of life. Okay, so these marshmallows are super fluffy. I'm not pushing too hard just yet. Because what happens is they do harden more as they cool off. Typically, I don't get this great of a batch. Typically, they kind of like sink in, but to the Pyrex. Ooh, I just got some. It's delicious. Yeah, so usually they don't harden for a while after they come out of the oven, and so you don't get to see this fluffiness. But this time, something very special happened. And they came out fluffy and hard on top like this. Usually I have to wait until they drop down. Ooh. For them to get this hard, so this is great. I'm double excited. Okay, I'll try and be calming though. I'm also filming from the top, as you can obviously see. I had to like MacGyver this like camera above me using a bunch of like puzzles and game boards. But I realized when I did the magazine videos that I could get this above shot. Marco asked for this ring as well, and he likes the poking. So Marco, thank you so much for all of your comments and just being with my channel for so long. It's so awesome. We were both really excited about this video. I'm just loving that it's staying like so puffy. Puffy, puffy, puffy. I love it. So they're so like tanned and browned in like such a beautiful way. Even these that are lighter make some great sounds. So does anybody else remember the female spy video? If you do, you might remember one of my favourites, which was the castle theme. I just tapped and scratched on things that were like things you might find in a castle. Of course, I'm quite liberal with my themes. I remember my husband teasing me like anything when he saw the items that I had chosen for the female FBI video. He's like, that's so not in the FBI. I'm like, I know, but in my mind it is. If I was in the FBI, I would want this shade of lipstick. Actually have like a secret desire to be an FBI agent and be able to do like really cool like karate moves and like kicks and jumps and like save people's lives and like speak different languages. I think because I studied linguistics, the study of languages, a lot people joke and say that the only jobs you can get after you study linguistics are either you teach it or you go into the FBI or the CIA. So I would choose the CIA. This guy is still doing so good. I'm going to poke a bit harder because we are getting closer to it kind of sinking in and such, so I want to give it some good pokes. To the way so you can kind of see the marshmallow underneath. How fluffy and gooey. I don't even really like I won't eat this necessarily. It's just like a big thing of marshmallow, but it certainly smells good, delicious. If it had chocolate underneath and the graham crackers to dip, then I might eat some. The way that I came up with this like sound, I guess, was that I make a s'mores dip, and it includes chocolate on the bottom and marshmallow on top, and you dip graham crackers in it. Just makes s'mores easier, and I did a video of that. So if there's chocolate and a graham cracker, I would go for it. But just marshmallow, probably not. Would any of you guys like take a spoon to this? Just marshmallow. Ooh, this guy is still got some sound to him. Forgive me, my nails are going to start getting sticky here because they are sinking in. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I know it's a bit of a shorter video, but these guys are sinking in now. I hope that you enjoyed some of the sounds that the toasted marshmallow made. Love you guys. Bye. Hey you guys. In this video, I've got a pan filled with baked marshmallows. I'm going to be kind of poking the baked marshmallow, tapping on it, doing some scratching, and later I'll do a few different things with them that I haven't done before. But we'll start off with some light tapping. They just came out of the oven, so they're hot, which is why I've got my silicone brush here to make some sounds while they and the pan cool down a bit. Over the years, this has become a favourite of yours, you guys, on my channel. I did this maybe 2 years ago for the first time, maybe longer, maybe even 3 years. And you guys loved it and kept asking for more of it. Marco even did a custom video with it. I think there was another custom video that included baked marshmallow also at one point. But it's been a very long time since I've done one, so I saw this pack of pink and white marshmallows in the store and I grabbed them. It's amazing when you put marshmallows in the oven, they puff up so big. If you just let them sit there, they'll keep puffing until they're overflowing. So you have to watch them carefully. And so if you were to watch this in high speed, you would see them slowly losing air. They're like sinking into the pot. But they go so slowly you can't really see it. But they're just slowly losing their air. A really old pan that is in the apartment here that I'm renting in Egypt. So sorry that it's not exactly pretty. It's well loved. It's been used a lot by the family that lived here for years, I think. Starting to be able to touch some of the marshmallow with like the pad of my finger. It's not as hot now. And I love that when they cool off, they get really, like, you hear how kind of crunchy they get. so you can really poke them. Don't worry, I'll start being more aggressive with them towards the end when things cool down. But I want to keep them looking decent for at least most of the video. They get quite crazy when you start messing with them a lot. Okay, I put them in the oven again because I wanted them to re-puff up, so you can kind of see they're a bit higher. They were losing their oomph quite a bit. Okay, so I've got some sugar here, and I thought I would try drizzling a bit of sugar onto the top of the marshmallows and see the nice sound they make, or it makes. I've never done this before, but I felt like it would sound nice. Let's just try it. Sorry, that was loud. What do you think? It's kind of like a little bit of a rain sound if you kind of close your eyes. It's nice. Okay, I've got a fork. I'm going to just do some squishing sounds with the squishy part here in between all the baked parts. When I first made this for the channel, like as a video, I actually had made a whole pot of it's like baked s'mores. I had been on a trip with family and we made this, and it was basically you put chocolate, some butter on the bottom of the pan, then some chocolate, a layer of chocolate, and then the marshmallows, and you bake it, and then you take graham crackers and you dip it into that, so it's like having s'mores but without the fire pit, and it's really delicious. So when we were eating that together, I made it because I'd learned this recipe online or something. I wanted to try it, and I saw the top and I was like, ooh, it's so crunchy. I need to make a video poking these things. So that's how it started. So yeah, in the first video there's a layer of chocolate underneath as well. I don't remember if I dipped any graham crackers into it, but so I'm actually going to grab a bowl of oil, and I'm going to start making some sounds with the silicone, dipping the silicone in some oil and rubbing it across the top of these. And I'm curious what the sounds will be, what the texture will be after doing that. They're so crunchy now. Also, putting oil on the really sticky parts will allow us to make some more sounds without the gooiness kind of getting everywhere. Like this, it's already kind of getting all over the little brush here. I purchased this at the store the other day because I just wanted to use it in videos. I didn't really know how I'd use it, but I grabbed it. see. But I like the sound of it. Okay, so the sides are super crispy now. Really crunchy. I had to turn the air conditioner on because it's like I was having to edit out so many sounds. I don't know if you noticed how many edits there were, but I'm just turning that on to avoid having to have so many breaks in the video. These are my natural nails, by the way. I've had natural nails this week. My left hand is actually the hand with the long nails, and the right hand still are short, but both hands are natural nails, trying to grow out the left hand so that we can do nail Olympics with long natural nails against long fake nails. So at this point I'm like kind of getting into the like fluffy gooey part. So I'll get onto that ball of oil that I mentioned soon. But first I'm going to keep making sure to do some more crunching sounds because I don't know like what the ball of oil and the oil covering it with the silicone brush. I don't know if it's going to take away any crunch, so let's do a bit more sugar first before we explore the oil. In the no talking version of this, someone asked me if I ate any of it. No, I didn't. Okay. The reason is because at the end of the video it's completely covered in oil. I know, I guess. I don't know. I prefer ice cream. It sounds so nice, it still sounds really crunchy. The oil is a bit, it's more like room temperature, so it's kind of cooling down the really gooey part as well. What do you think of the sound? The silicone brush some oil moving over the marshmallows. I think I like it. I wasn't sure, but it's nice. And they still have like the pokiness to them. The pokiness, the crunchiness. Super crunchy still. Thought they might get, a bit soggy, but no, they're still crunchy. So I'm going to start poking away at these now and messing them up quite a bit. Now that we've made lots of sounds with them as delicately as I could, I will crunch away, pull back at these areas that are stuck to the pan. By the way, I will put a link to the no talking version of this in the description box. As well. Let's get to see that one as well. Of oil. It does smell really delicious though, admittedly. It still smells really good. All the crunchy parts up, back off the pan there. They're a bit hard to pull up, super satisfying at the same time. Just pulling up, crunch it, pulled. The pan's lifting now. Very gooey, so if you enjoy that and can handle it, stay tuned. But if you don't want to do it too gooey, you're going to want to exit now. I'm going to essentially start playing with my food more so than I already have. Oil is really helping actually play with it. Usually at the end of marshmallow videos it's too sticky to do anything with, I can't even touch it, because it's just sticking to everything, but the oil's keeping it so I can kind of keep playing with it a bit. Thank you guys so much for watching this video as I really mess with it. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for everything. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night. I hope you maybe got some tingles. Enjoyed the baked marshmallows. Just trying to grab this piece off here. Okay, you guys. Bye for now. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. I hope you guys all enjoy this video. I will be kind of scratching across the top of this marshmallow that has been baked and then broiled. So this is a marshmallow, like a bunch of marshmallows. And I'm going to be using my fingernails, plus some different utensils on it. So I call this a s'mores dip because it does have chocolate at the bottom, and you can use graham crackers to dip into it. It's just like a fun way to have s'mores. That way it's a bit easier to eat instead of doing the whole roasting a marshmallow thing. Of course that's fun, but if you want to do it with a party or something, you just put it in a dish like this, put the chocolate, then the marshmallows, you bake it, and you dip your graham crackers in. That's how I came up with this idea. I made this for a group of people, and when they were putting their utensils and graham crackers and everything in, I realized this top portion makes amazing sounds. When it comes out of the oven, it's puffed up to here, but it's not firm enough to make these great sounds with. actually be higher that you are supposed to put it. The oven, that is. Okay, I wanted to use a wood spoon. That sounds so good, I don't want to stop, but I will. Okay, I'll come back to it. This part is a bit softer. These parts are quite crisp. This part is so much softer. It's all bubbly. Ooh, you can see the like chocolate swirl coming through. Okay, I'm going to get a bit less delicate now and really scratch at it. Pieces are kind of crumbling a bit. You can see the chocolate kind of poking through. I'm going to touch the bottom a few times and you can see it popping up, the chocolate. There it is. See that? Pull some more up. Almost. There it is. There it is. Let's swirl this part. Let's see if we can pull some. Oh, that's so lovely. I love it. I can smell the chocolate coming through now. Let's put it in a bit of a swirl around. Okay, so it's a chocolatey mess now. Okay, before I get too chocolatey, I want to make some more sounds with this part. it's sticky, but it's not like impossible to get off, so it's actually quite reasonable to play with. This is a very reasonable thing to be doing, you guys. Very adult activity. Let's get this side up if we can. Let's grab our fork and go at it. Okay. Let's see. Pulling back to see the layers of chocolate underneath. Let's look. Do you see all that? Let's lift it up completely and get to the chocolate. So this is like a really fun thing to eat with friends. Of course you don't do this. You just dip your graham crackers inside of it. You can do it with dark chocolate or milk chocolate. So you can see there's quite a bit of chocolate that has melted underneath. See that? I just used like dark chocolate. I actually like it more with dark chocolate personally, but it's delicious with milk chocolate as well. Oh, you can really hear. This is so sticky, those marshmallows. Okay, that's getting gross, right? Okay. It's like partly fun to watch and then just like getting a tiny bit gross. Okay, you guys. I think I've poked and prodded at it enough. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was kind of interesting and made some unique sounds for you guys. And I will see you next time. Bye for now. Hey you guys. I know I say this often, but I am really excited for this video. Because this is a custom video with baked marshmallow again, and this time it's coloured marshmallows. You'll be able to see that as I kind of move the camera closer up at some points in the video, but this has become something on this channel that you guys really enjoy, and I will be tapping, scratching on the baked marshmallow, as well as doing this kind of palm scratching and some nail tapping, nail flickering. This is Victoria's custom video, so thank you so much, Victoria, from all of us. It's so sweet that when people do custom videos, you guys all thank the person in the comments. It's like so sweet. So I will be putting out a no talking version of this video as well, but I am doing the whispered version first because this is the custom video request of Victoria. She wanted it to be whispered, so I like to put the custom request out first, and I then usually do the opposite basically for custom videos. If you request no talking, I still do a talking version, and vice versa, just because people on the channel do like to have both options. Okay, this is a So some of the pieces get really baked, and if you lift it up, you can see the gooey marshmallow underneath. So, the very first time I did a baked marshmallow video, it was after making a baked s'mores dish a number of years ago. And when I started to the group that I made it for started to eat it, the sounds of the marshmallow just being kind of broken into by the graham crackers was so good that I kind of tapped and scratched a bit on a piece just to see what it sounded like, and it was delightful. So I think I've probably done like 5 videos now with baked marshmallow. It might need a playlist. I might need to create a playlist just for baked marshmallow sounds. So, if you ever want to try a baked s'mores recipe, basically you just take marshmallows and chocolate and you place them in a pan. You place the chocolate on the bottom of the pan and then the marshmallows on top of it, and you bake it, and then you take graham crackers and you use them as like a dipping mechanism into the chocolate and marshmallow, and it tastes like s'mores, of course, but it's a bit easier than the campfire way of doing it. If you're in your home or something, you just want to have it someday without being out camping, it's a fun alternative. Of course, the camping version is so fun too. This is just for like if you have guests over and you want to have a fun dessert. So I did let it bake until it browned, because that's when you get the crunchy top, and you can do tapping and scrunching on it. But all the colour is underneath and kind of in the gaps. I actually used a pizza pan to bake the marshmallows this time. It's sweet because the custom video, Victoria decided she wanted them to be coloured marshmallows if possible, because I believe she said she watches with her nephew and it would be like fun. Maybe I'm assuming it was because her nephew would enjoy the colours, but maybe it was her that enjoyed the colours, who knows. I considered using food colouring to kind of change the colour of the marshmallows, but I wondered if the liquid would mess with the consistency of the marshmallow when baking. So
haul recently, a nail haul meaning like fake nails that I get, and this is one of the sets from that haul. I knew that I wanted to do this custom video and I had purchased the marshmallows for it, so I decided to choose the first set of nails from the haul for this week based on the colours of these marshmallows. This towel actually sounds really nice too. I just put a blue towel down and there's a pot holder. Oh, some kind of... Anyway, let's call it a pot holder underneath this pan, because when I first started the video it was very hot still. But throughout the video I actually kept taking this pan to the freezer because I wanted you to still be able to hear the sounds really well. And so I would pop it in the freezer for like 5 minutes and then film more. Otherwise it does kind of become a sticky mess quite easily. And about 3 months ago I did a video tapping and scratching on donuts, and I realised that if I refrigerated the donuts before filming you could really hear that kind of clicking sound of the frosting as I tapped along it very well. size of nails, all sorts of little things, but maybe like 5 items in bulk of each thing. So I'll have to look through the bags and see if I can get a haul out of that for you, because I know you guys like Target as much as I do. The other day, when I left for Target, I told one of my family members, like, I'm going to go to Target, and it was a female, and her face like lit up like, oh my gosh, I want to go with you. She wasn't available at the moment, but I said the next time I go, let's go together. Sticky, sticky. I like the back of the nails on there, it sounds really nice. I'm just going to pull my fingers through the stickiness. Kind of pull away the browned portions and you can see the colour underneath. Sticky fingers. I'll go wash my hands in a minute and then put this in the freezer again so we can get some more sounds out of it, because now it's way too sticky. Sticky. Okay, so it's been frozen again, so we can keep getting some more tapping and scratching sounds out of it. So we are starting to approach the end of this video. So I am going to tell you a random emoji, and if you've made it to the end of the video with me, you can place that emoji in the comments. You don't have to write a comment with it or anything, just that emoji, that's it. And I just love scrolling through the comments and seeing all the people that made it to the end and the random emoji. So I'm going to go this time with a rose. There's a rose emoji. And per usual, if you do not have emojis, you can just write rose. It's got more crunchy after being in the freezer. So, thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you again to Victoria. I loved the idea of the coloured marshmallows, and I really like this palm scratching. It's a really good idea. I think it sounds so good. I've never had that requested before, but I love it. I'm just going to a different angle here so you can kind of see the colours a bit. Like I said, this is frozen now, so I'm able to tap without it just sticking and doing nothing but sticking. But you can see the green, the pink and the yellow much more clearly now. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day or night. I hope this was relaxing, visually interesting. Thank you, and bye for now.
Hey you guys, in this video you can see that dry baked marshmallow, and when you do that, it bakes up very high, like you could just see in the oven, and then it falls down like you see now. But this time something interesting happened. I've done this I think 4 other times, maybe 4 other videos, and I had to stop baking because it had overflowed. The marshmallow came over the sides, and so I took it out of the oven and had cleaned it from what had overflowed. And then I decided, let me see if I can put it back in to kind of get it a bit puffier again. And what was interesting is it kind of double cooked and it caramelized on the bottom. So I really like the sounds it ended up making. You can hear that there's a layer underneath the marshmallow that's like this portion here with the brown and the white. That's caramelized. Like, I'm going to show you bits and pieces of it later, but you can kind of get the idea of why this pan looks the way it does. So this is a voiceover, as you can probably tell. I've decided to do that once in a while for a video that otherwise would not have a talking version. And this is one of those where I kind of destroyed this in the no-talking version and realised it would need to be a voiceover to have a talking version. So I'm just scratching along all of the edges where the marshmallow gets most baked and toasted, very, very crunchy, very hard, so you can really hear the scratching. There's the caramel. And you can see there are a lot of little like bubbles and divots that makes them really great sounds. At least in my opinion. Can you see how it overflowed? It was just huge, so that's why I showed you in the beginning how puffy it was. But that was the second time around that it puffed. The first time it was even bigger. And don't worry if you ever try this. Usually I do this when I make s'mores dip. It's really easy to clean the pan, believe it or not. All you have to do is put really hot water and it melts away quite easily. I'm just poking at the caramelized marshmallow. So typically what I would do is I would put a layer of chocolate on the bottom of the pan, and then I put a second layer of marshmallow and I bake it, and then you take graham crackers and you use the chocolate and marshmallow like a dip, and you dip the graham crackers inside. And it's basically like a really simplified dip version of s'mores. If you're not familiar with s'mores, see that kind of crackling inside there? I love it. Yeah, so if you're not familiar with s'mores, it's just something you usually do around a campfire, maybe when you're camping or at the beach. And in the US we do this. We will take some form of like a wire, usually like a hanger that we hang our clothes on, like a wire hanger, and we will undo the design so it becomes like a long wire stick that you can pop into the fire, and you put a marshmallow on the end of that metal stick and you roast it over the open fire. And there's, kind of like tricks on how to do it where it doesn't set on fire. And once you've successfully browned your marshmallow, you want it to look kind of like some of these marshmallows look where they're browned and they're puffy like you saw in the beginning of the video. And what you do is you take that nice marshmallow and you put it in between two graham crackers, and on the graham cracker you put a thick layer of usually Hershey's chocolate. So it's a layer, so it goes like graham cracker, chocolate, marshmallow, graham cracker. And you've got a little sandwich of this great mixture of items. And we call that s'mores. In the times before that I have tapped and scratched and baked marshmallow, I never twice baked it to the point where you get the caramel. And so I actually took it, because I kind of wanted to go full blown that direction. I took it and I put it in the freezer for some time before filming so that you could really hear the caramel, the hardened caramel underneath, at least not completely hardened, but that way it wouldn't be like a liquid caramel. I wanted you to be able to hear the stickiness of the nails poking in it and the crisp tapping sound on it. There I was pushing my knuckles into the marshmallows. The sides have a lot of like crunchy, scratchy sounds. See, it just baked on all the sides, like so gooey. You can really hear that, the nail really squish into the caramel. So yeah, if you ever want to create that fun dessert of s'mores at home without a campfire, you can just pop it in the oven. Usually you have to like butter the pan, or just some oil or some oil spray, and then layer your chocolate and the marshmallows. And I would check online for like the size that you make the pan and then how long to cook it for. It's nice to do a little broil at the very end to get the top really nice. So again, I don't have any chocolate in this one, it was just for the marshmallow sounds, and in this case getting that caramel. Okay, here I start like pulling the caramel and marshmallow. And then tapping on it and a bit of scratching too. It's like heavy duty caramelized marshmallow at this point. I was able to stretch it quite far. It's like a caramel slide of sorts. Okay, so here I go from a different direction, pulling that caramel. See that layer underneath there? I'm going from a different direction here. I flipped it. It got stuck a few times. But overall, it is interesting that I was able to actually tap on the pulled marshmallow. It got gooey at this point, so I'm poking it a bit while holding it on one side. So I've pulled it in one more direction here. It really is surprising how firm the sound is. It was actually quite smooth as well. Poking at the portions there. So you guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed the different sounds that this caramelized marshmallow made. Bye for now.